morning, Skyhawks. Happy Monday, April 27th, 2015.
It's a Hawk Day, which means star periods 2, 4, and 6.
Last week was National Parks Week, which was great to explore. But this month is almost over, and we need to have a little poetry.
April is, or rather was, National Poetry Month, and with only 4 days remaining, we're going to celebrate poetry this week.
The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day.
The score stood 4-2, with but 1 inning more to play.
Of course, that's Casey at the bat, and our question today has a connection to baseball.
He was not born on this day, yet this day is named for him.
He was nicknamed the Bambino
and the Sultan of SWAT.
Spending 22 seasons in Major League Baseball, he played for 3 teams from 1914 to 1935.
His career started as a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox.
He became a full-time right fielder when he was sold to the New York Yankees in 1919.
Being one of the league's most prolific hitters,
he helped the Yankees win 7 pennants and 4 World Series titles. Call 78293 and tell us his name.
Our next bit of poetry news is about our March Madness winner.
There was a huge upset over the weekend, and at 6 p.m. last night, Miss Pappas discovered that this year's championship honor goes to the one and only Ivan.
Yes, you heard it right. The one and only Ivan took Maze Runner down an elevator shaft of defeat.
Ivan won by 120 votes over the very strong and popular Maze Runner.
This is unbelievable, but here's the chart from the votes collected as of 6 p.m. Sunday.
We can hear it in the studio, screams of despair.
And others triumph.
Miss Pappas said that this was completely unexpected, and last week she even said to several classes that there was no way Ivan would be able to pull off a win.
The one and only Ivan is a novel in verse about the gorilla, Ivan, who lives in a cage at a mall.
The mall was located in Tacoma, Washington, so this book has a local connection too.
Because it's a novel in verse, it doesn't take long to read.
So pick up a copy in the LMC and enjoy the championship story.
Our first March Madness winner was Wonder,
followed by Divergent last year.
And now the one and only Ivan.
Ivan did really well last year, but lost to Divergent by only 10 votes.
In other news today, for those of you who turned in an ASB application for either commissioner and/or officer position,
you will be hearing back from the ASB team sometime before the end of the day on Wednesday, April 29th, with an update to your 2015-2016 ASB status.
Election Day at the Ridge is May 8th.
The weather changed again.
And this week, today specifically, temperatures are expected to be back up in the 80s.
Please do not make us tell you.
Read from page 7.
Page 7 has lots of details about what is exactly allowed
and what isn't.
Read it.
Stop making this a thing.
And dress modestly.
Interested in cheerleading?
Camas High School cheerleaders will be holding a cheer camp May 4th through May 7th.
Pick up a flyer in the main office.
Out of respect for our vegetarian viewers, we won't tell you that today's foodie news is all about prime rib.
Also, tomorrow is our first track meet at Liberty at 6 p.m. It's the Twilight Track Meet, and it happens to be a Tuesday.
Tuesday Twilight Track Meet at Liberty at 6 p.m.
In world news, the quake registered as a magnitude 7.8, and we're all concerned and worried about the news coming out of Nepal.
How bad was it? Well, to give you an idea, an earthquake's power increases by 10 times with each increase in the number of its scale.
That means Saturday's earthquake, the same magnitude as the one that hit San Francisco in 1906,
was 22 times more powerful than the 7.0 quake that devastated Haiti in 2010.
Numerous countries around the world have pledged immediate aid and supplies. Humanitarian groups such as the Red Cross,
Oxfam,
CARE,
and Save the Children are working to provide shelter,
clean water,
sanitation, and emergency food supplies.
You can also help by contributing to one of the number of aid groups.
If you go to iTunes or the Google store, you can donate directly by looking up Nepal Red Cross.
Google Nepal Red Cross for more details.
Now here are Mr. Smith and Mr. Williams.
Good morning, Mr. Williams.
Good morning.
And good morning to all of you. We are here to talk about a couple of things. First of all, it's an exciting day because you are going to have the opportunity to forecast into our exploratory flex classes. And for the
Very good.
Right? And so for those of you who are new to Skyridge, what this means is on May 4th, so next Monday, we are going to suspend our current flex classes, and you'll get a chance to sign up for some classes of your choice, like French. Very good, Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
Or wrestling, or cross-stitching, or a plethora of other great choices. So this is what's going to happen. At some point today, determined by your teaching team, you'll get a chance to look at this forecasting guide, and then you're going to receive this exploratory class choice worksheet.
That very official
Yes,
worksheet.
exactly.
Yes.
And so you are going to be asked to choose 3 classes, and you're going to put them in order of preference. Now, if you really want cross-stitching, please don't put cross-stitching, cross-stitching, cross-stitching.
Yeah, because you might end up in something other than cross-stitching, and then we get to decide.
Exactly. Then we might choose for you. So it is really important. We do our best to give everyone their first or second choice, but please put 3 different choices in order of preference, and then we will post your class on Monday when it begins. They'll be out in the cafeteria so that you can see that before classes that afternoon. So any other questions, see me or Mr. Williams out at lunch, or again, your teachers will be doing this with you at some point today.
In other news, we also have Smarter Balance, the actual official testing starting today. So please, we will have some testing going on in the computer lab in the, Mount St. Helens hallway. So please, as you're going through there in between, especially in between first and second and then fifth and sixth, please try to keep the noise level down so that we can focus on the testing that's happening in there. There will be signs. I'm going to put some signs up out there too, just to remind you all.
Yep. Sounds good.
All
Hey,
right.
let's see who's been safe, respectful, and responsible. I've got Ryan Frawley,
Jackson Clark.
Isaiah Griggs, who I have to mention says, "Go WSU. You're welcome, Miss Cooper."
All right. This one says, I think it's Ellen or Elan, maybe? Ellan.
Yeah, Jan.
That too.
Yep. Oh, that's her last name. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Helen. Yeah, good. Tegan Smith, who says something about OSU. Don't know what that's
Caden
about.
Olson.
Owen L.
Ike Kennedy.
And another L. Alyssa L. All right, see you in the main office. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, Mr. Smith and Mr. Williams.
About today's phone-in. Today is National Babe Ruth Day. Ruth set career records in his time for home runs, runs batted in, and on-base plus slugging.
In 1927, he was the very first player to hit 60 home runs in one season.
Following a short stint with the Boston Braves, Ruth retired in 1935.
In 1936, he became one of the first 5 players to be elected into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
More than 58,000 fans packed Yankee Stadium on April 27th to honor Ruth.
By that time, he had already been retired about 20 years.
So it was a rare day for people to see him.
We had 5 callers, but today it goes to Luke from Miss Hackworth's class. Good job!
A treat and fake cash will be delivered to you after the show.
That is the news for Skyridge Middle School,
where everybody belongs.
Today's thought: never let the fear of striking out
get in your way.
Remember to follow the code, the Sky Code.
Be safe,
be respectful,
be responsible,
and be kind. This is Ben Odessa
and Anya.
At this time, please stand for the pledge.
Ready, begin.